talking about mutations, just a quick review. We were saying that point mutation was when what happens, Alejandro?
When gene code gets messed up.
Okay, yes, but more specifically, okay, either placed in incorrectly, so added, or deleted, or substituted, right? One nucleotide. That's the difference between point mutation and the other mutations, right? Point mutation is one nucleotide gets gets added, deleted, or substituted. Germ mutation only affects what? Gametes. Gametes, yes, so it doesn't affect the organism itself. Somatic mutation affects the organism. We said that whenever you have a point mutation that is either, and so which type of point mutation causes a frame shift mutation? Which two? Deletion is one, and addition is the other, right? Because we said that if you were to just replace one of them, right? Like for example, if you were to turn this G into a C, then you would just change the first amino acid. But if you were to stick a nucleotide in here, then what ends up happening is that you change all of the amino acids after it, or most of the amino acids after it, because now you've moved all of the amino acids over one place. Same if you delete one, you move them all to the left, or to the left one place. Okay, that's called a frame shift mutation. It's bad, that's why we say substitutions are the least bad. Chromosomal mutations, when sections of the chromosomes are mutated. This is specific to when there is a problem with telomerase. Telomerase, we said, was the enzyme that controls the telomeres, right? The telomeres are what, Elise? They have to do with the chromosome. Who remembers? I know Josiah knows it. Let's let someone else.
I feel like it knows.
Sutton? What are the telomeres?
Oh, I know this.
On the chromosome.
I remember it yesterday.
Yeah, we did talk about it yesterday. Let's let Logan.
Let me call a friend. Yo, Logan. Hook me up, bro.
Yeah, the ends of the chromosomes, so the tips.
Knew that, yeah.
Right, remember we have that X shape, so the very ends of the chromosomes are the telomeres. They normally do not get crossed over during which phase of mitosis does crossing over happen? Lucia? No? Levi? No. Which phase of mitosis? Tell me the phase and the number. Jacob? Meiosis, sorry. Prophase 1. Prophase 1, crossing over in prophase 1, okay? So if telomerase is not doing its job, then the telomeres get crossed over, which means that sometimes the chromosomes become shorter. If they become short enough, the cell dies. Sometimes if there's a problem where telomerase, too much telomerase is produced, then there's uncontrolled cell division, okay, kind of like cancer. Sometimes sections of chromosomes get deleted, so just a whole section of chromosome will get deleted and then disintegrate outside of the nucleus. It'll just like fall apart, become debris, and sometimes it'll get inverted. Is inversion really that bad? Yes or no? It's not that bad. Why isn't it so bad, Steve? Yeah, the DNA is still there. It's just in a different order. So sometimes if things need to get transcribed, then it's kind of okay because all the information is still there. Nick, can you make sure that it's recording?
Oh, it is indeed recording.
It is? Good. Okay, so then we talked about non-disjunction, and we said that that's when a chromosome fails to separate. That leads to either a surplus of chromosomes or a deficit of chromosomes, right? Like monosomy, we say is when you have one less chromosome than you should. Trisomy is when you have one more chromosome than you should. So if you have 3 chromosomes, it's a triploid chromosome. If you have 4 chromosomes, it would be tetraploid, and that would be 4 of the same or 2 of one and 2 of another. Okay, sometimes that happens as well when meiosis doesn't happen correctly. All of this, right? Trisomy, right? If you're a triploid or a tetraploid or even more than that, we call that polyploid. 3 or more full sets of chromosomes. We said most of the time having 3 or more full sets of chromosomes is lethal, unless it's in which 2 places? One of them,
Sex
the sex chromosomes, right? Normally, what does that cause? They can still live a full life, but then what happens to them? Levi. Their offspring. So what about their offspring?
They'll receive the trait.
No, not so much. They'll be infertile. Yeah, they'll be sterile or infertile. Okay? Or sometimes if you have trisomy on which chromosome, can you still survive? You just have some different genes or some different characteristics. Which other one did we talk about? The one that causes Down syndrome? Ooh! The 21st, yes, the 21st chromosome, okay? If you have trisomy on chromosome 21, then you have Down syndrome. You can still live a full life. Life expectancy is not as long as a normal human, right?
It's not as
But you can still live into adulthood. There are obviously some challenges, correct? So people with Down syndrome tend to have kind of like a sense of like mental retardation. So that just means that they process things more slowly. It takes more time to learn skills and stuff like that.
Sure,
Yeah.
can I look up the like who is the oldest person that has Down syndrome?
We'll do that towards.
Why do you want to be on
Remind
your
me,
phone,
okay?
son?
Yeah.
Remind me.
It should be in the pouch.
Okay.
It is in the pouch.
Silly.
Number
So
15,
listen, all right, new stuff, right?
Actually, it's right
Mutations
here.
and cell growth. So when we have mutations, we said sometimes they cause this uncontrolled cell growth. In this case, when you have a mass of uncontrolled cell growth, so the cells keep growing, what does it become? Creates like these lumps, yes, tumors, exactly, right? And that's kind of the telltale sign that you have a type of cancer, okay? So the tumors. Good, that's uncontrolled cell growth caused by the tumors. Let me get a little bit of PowerPoint real quick. Okay, so definitely know that definition. Remember, it's in bold, so you have to know that. Now, you do have different types of tumors. You have a benign tumor, right? And then you have a malignant tumor. What's the difference between a benign tumor and a malignant tumor? Logan?
A benign tumor doesn't spread or anything. It's more like it's just a growth.
Mhm.
Malignant tumor can metastasize.
Exactly, yes. So benign tumor would just kind of be this lump. Most of the time, if you have a benign tumor, they just take it out and then you can go on with your life. If you have a malignant tumor, that means that those tumor cells will spread to other parts of the body. That's what we call metastasize. When the tumor spreads, when those cancerous cells spread, and then they infect other parts of the body, and then now those other parts of the body have or start developing tumors as well.
Is that what Mr. Wisher had?
Yes, that's what happened to Mr. Wisher. Mr. Wisher, unfortunately, he started off with colon cancer, and then that colon cancer metastasized, and it spread to his liver, his stomach, he has it in his lungs. The thing I think that's affected the most right now is his liver. He actually says that like he gets full really easily nowadays. And if you guys know a little bit of anatomy, you have your stomach right here, and then you have the other like biggest organ, which is the liver, and it's right here. So if your liver is growing, that means it's pushing up on your stomach. So your stomach's basically doesn't have as much room anymore to fill up with food. So I mean, he talks about it super chill, but like, I don't know, it hurts me to hear him say that stuff. All right. So that's tumor. Benign tumors do not spread, but malignant tumors do. They metastasize into other parts of the body. You guys need to know that, okay? That's definitely going to be part of your test on Tuesday. All right. Any questions so far? Remember that these tumors can cause parts of an organism to shut down.